Hey you two guys, we're just about going to the woods shoot my first pig today. I hope you like this video.
Crank it up.
All right.
Let's start this baby.
Go ahead and throw him out. Let him go.
Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Odom Outdoors. This one's going to be a little bit different. This video took about a year and a half for me to film, which is how long it took my son, little JD, to get his first wild hog. I lost count of how many hunts we did and how many intros I filmed, but the one you're watching right now was the first hunt that he actually shot at a pig. Besides the hunts that you'll actually see in this video, there were numerous hunts where we went and nothing actually showed up. There's going to be a lot of failed hunts in this video, but I promise you if you stick around to the end, you're going to see my 10-year-old son smoke his first hog with a .22, and the excitement he has on his face is amazing. So as you can see on this evening, a little sow shows up and presents JD with a good shot. When JD takes the shot, he ends up hitting it real low though, and basically just grazed the belly. We ended up tracking this pig for about an hour in the dark until we lost the blood trail. I absolutely hate leaving a wounded animal in the woods, but unfortunately sometimes that's the reality of hunting, especially when you're with an inexperienced hunter. Here's the next hunt we had that a pig actually showed up before dark. As you can see, he barely has enough shooting light left to make a shot. I can't tell if he hits this pig or not. You guys can let me know down in the comments what you think. But when he takes the shot, by the dust cloud from the bullet hitting the dirt behind it, I think he shot under the pig. Either way, we never found a drop of blood from this pig and we searched for a while. After this hunt, we ended up going back to the rifle range to make sure the rifle was zeroed. Both shots he had taken up to this point were low, but that ended up not being the case and the rifle was zeroed correctly. He also ended up shooting really well at the range, so I know he was capable of making these shots.
wait. Safety on. You put the safety on. Okay. Wait. Sit. I don't know if you got him or not, buddy. I can't tell. Okay?
He was moving, so it's maybe I don't know.
After those 2 failed attempts, we decided to switch up tactics and try a nighttime hunt. I borrowed a rifle from a friend of mine that had a night vision scope on it. Before this particular hunt, though, we did have another blown hunt where a fisherman walked right through the hunting area. He ended up scaring off a group of pigs right before they were going to come into the feeder. My son could see them from where he was sitting. I could only hear them, but I know they were there. JD was pretty frustrated with that one, but I tried to explain to him that one day it would just be a funny story to tell. Anyways, with this night vision hunt, as you can see, we had a group of pigs come in right after dark. One thing I learned about hunting with night vision, although it's really cool if you're the hunter, if you're the observer and you don't have night vision yourself, you're just sitting there in the dark and you can't really help the hunter at all. That was my issue here with this hunt. Normally I would help him pick out which pig he's going to shoot at and let him know when to take the shot, but I wasn't able to do either of those things here. On top of that, I unknowingly set him up for failure on this hunt. You can see those blurry white blotches on the bottom of the screen. That is some bushes that are sitting in front of us. When I looked through the scope in front of me, because I'm sitting so much higher than he is, I couldn't see those in the scope. I had a clear picture. But when I handed the rifle over to him and the bipod sits lower because he's shorter, he's able to see the blurry blotches in the bottom of the screen there, which obscure his vision of the pigs. I didn't have any idea that that was even a problem until I got home and reviewed the footage. So he ends up taking a shot here and shoots low again. We weren't able to find any blood on this hunt either. Here's another hunt where a pig shows up. If you listen closely in a second, you'll be able to hear a gunshot from a nearby property. That ends up scaring away this hog.
You have the worst luck. What was that about?
So this hunt here was a public land hunt we ended up doing with my brother and my nephew. JD ended up making a perfect shot on this hog here, but there was a problem. The pig was acting real strange before JD shot it, and we couldn't figure out why, but once we got a better look at it, we realized that it had been attacked by what we think was hunting dogs. It could have been coyotes or some other animal, we're not quite sure. But we did see quite a few hunting dogs in that area that were free, which they're not even supposed to be in that area to begin with, but they were. This hog's underside ended up being completely shredded, and it had flies buzzing all around it. So it basically ended up being a mercy killing, and we were unable to eat this hog, which was unfortunate, and JD was disappointed about that.
P4 Ranch.
I mean, on a.
There we go.
Here's your rally.
Central Florida trophy hunts.
Alright, so a couple of other guys got some while they were riding around on the swamp buggy, but we didn't get one for JD yet, so we're sitting in the blind. So he's actually sitting on my knee right now because he's too short to see over at the feeder out there. So he's sitting on my knee. He's heavy. You're heavy.
Because I'm 102 pounds.
Yeah, 102 pounds. Yeah, this is gonna get old real quick. Oh my goodness, there's a whole bunch of them, buddy. There's a ton of them there. Okay, wait. That's fine. Just wait. Just wait. Look at all the little piglets down. There goes the black buck. Whatever you do, do not shoot the black buck, okay?
Which pig will I shoot at?
No, you have to be careful that there's not another pig behind them when you shoot. You need to pick one that's out in the open.
So this hunt here was a lot of fun. This was with Central Florida Trophy Hunts, which is the hunting outfitter that my brother works for. If I remember right, their ranch is about 250 acres, and as you can see, there's no shortage of pigs on there. That other animal you see up front there is what's called a black buck, which I had never seen one of those before. Really cool looking animal. They've got tons of other exotic animals on the ranch as well. Access deer, zebra, water buffalo. Obviously, with all the exotic animals on the ranch, it's high fenced, so it's basically a canned hunt. But if you don't have access to private land and you don't want to put in all the work it takes to get an animal on public land, this is a really good option. They can take out large groups of people and you can hunt the pigs however you want. I'll say I had a lot more fun on this hunt than I did at the property that we hunt, sitting in the blind night after night, hoping they show up before it gets dark, which most nights they don't. So while all these hogs are in front of us, I'm telling JD he needs to wait till one of the larger ones separates itself out from the group. That way he has a clean shot. I had seen that big spotted one come across, so I was kind of hoping that's the one he'd be able to take a shot at. Eventually, he ends up getting a good clean shoulder shot on that spotted pig. The hog runs off, but my brother finds it bedded down in some bushes later. Him and I ended up chasing it through the woods at night with spotlights and finishing it off with a pistol in some palmettos. I really wish I had gotten some footage of that part of the hunt because it was pretty exciting. Unfortunately, it all went down so fast that I forgot to turn the GoPro on. It ends up being a real nice boar, and JD was pretty excited with that, but we were still on the hunt for a true wild hog.
Mr. John just got one, I think.
He did.
Well, I don't know, he shot at one. Do you think you got yours?
Yeah.
There's still a bunch more right out there, buddy.
There's one that looks exactly like
Yeah, that's a different one, though. I've got different markings on his side. It's another spotted one, but it's not the one you shot at.
Yeah.
Alright, so after reviewing the video, it looks like he got a nice shoulder hit on the hog. We'll see if he got him or not. He definitely hit him. He ran off, so we're just hanging out here watching the other hogs feed.
There's a hog that looks like mine, but with different patterns.
Yeah, there's a different spotted hog we thought was the same one, but it's a different pattern. So it's definitely a different pig. His ran off, looked like a shoulder hit.
And I think it's in the bushes because I didn't saw any pig came out.
I saw him go in the
side.
bushes, buddy, but
I didn't saw him go out the
yeah,
other side.
you would have heard him kicking around and stuff if he was right there. He definitely ran off. Question is how far. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
And I definitely hit him.
see what happens.
100%.
Uncle Nick might have to do some tracking. Huh?
Sorry, Uncle Nick.
What do you think, Bubba?
Good.
Yeah?
I think I actually got a pig.
Alright, we'll see.
I'm gonna go up that ladder and see if I can spot him by a bird's eye
Yeah?
view. Yeah.
You think you could shoot him from here? Come on, let's keep looking. Come on.
Well, we got him, buddy. There he is. What do you think, buddy? Get down. Get down next to him. What do you think, buddy? Yeah? Pretty fun? So unfortunately, I didn't get the footage of us running through the woods chasing him, and shooting him, but we got him. I got the tracks all leading up to the feeder over there. Buddy, set up the chairs over there, okay?
Okay.
All right. So he's gonna set up the chairs. I'm gonna come over here and fill the feeder, top it off. You can see all these separate trails here, buddy.
Yeah.
From the pigs traveling in and out of here, right?
Raccoon.
Yep, there's lots
So
of raccoon tracks,
This
but there's plenty of hog tracks too, right, buddy?
pig.
Yep, that's definitely a pig track. All right, let's go get guns. We got a couple of cans down there that he's shooting at. We got him a Ruger 1022 for Christmas. So you're gonna aim at those black spots, the black dots I painted on there, okay, buddy? Which one are you shooting at, left or right?
Left.
Okay. Whenever you're ready. Take one more shot. See where you aim, where you're hitting at. Okay, you're hitting good. Put the safety on. All right. Pick up your gun. Keep it muzzle pointed down. Muzzle pointed down. Let's go down there and check it out. Oh yeah, buddy. So both shots, that's about as tight a grouping as you can get right there. Both shots are just below. All right, so we got JD all dialed in on the tin cans, right, buddy? Some good shooting?
Yeah.
Think you're on target? All right, go ahead and put it around in the chamber. Safety on. All right, so we're ready to go. All right, we got corn in the feeder, right?
Yeah.
And we're just hoping they show up before it gets dark, right?
Yeah, we're using the secret stuff.
Yeah, we put some pig attractant on some corn and spread it out. Hopefully that'll draw them in before nightfall. I don't know, we've never used that before, but we're hoping it brings us some good
Should we tell
luck.
them what it is?
No, it's a secret. Shh, we can't tell them.
Plus, I can't.
Shh, it's a secret. Shh, can't tell them. Okay. It's just from Bass Pro Shops. It's not a secret. I got JD this Ruger 1022 for Christmas, and I got my first suppressor, a dead air mask suppressor, and this thing is awesome. The combination, these two together, is a lot of fun. Cheap to shoot and a lot of fun. Perfect for him to learn the basics, but still a lot of fun for me. So highly advise it. Let's get quiet and hopefully they show up, okay?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
If you're watching this, that means we got one.
Yeah, that's right.
Buddy, what's that noise? Sandhill cranes, right? Yeah. No sleeping while I...
It's just so cold. Feels like -20 here.
It's like 55, JD.
Right now we can hear the group of pigs getting closer, which always gets you amped up knowing that they're about to come in. So I had been watching this group of pigs for a while on the trail camera and knew it was a large group of pigs. I told JD he's going to have to wait for a clean shot once they come in. So right now that's what he's doing, just waiting for one to separate itself from the rest of the pack. That way he can get a good clean shot on it. The one thing that's different on this hunt is we're using a 22 long rifle. So I told JD to take a headshot and he does not disappoint. You can see the hogs get a little nervous here and start to run off, and I got worried that we weren't going to get a shot at them, but they settled down and came right back into the feeder. We're only about 25 yards from him here, and our blind got destroyed in a storm, so we don't have much cover at all. Only some shrubs covering us from the waist down.
Dropped him, buddy. Dropped him. Buddy. Buddy, you dropped him. Put the safety on.
No,
Safety. Safety.
I just don't want him to just get up and
Buddy, you dropped him.
I do. Then let's go. Let's go. And that's a big boar. I think I saw cutters on him.
Buddy, you dropped him with a Ruger 1022.
Let's carry something unless if it's fake.
Dropped him with a 22, buddy.
Yeah,
You got to make a perfect shot to do that. Good job. He's still kicking a little.
Buddy, the hunt is over. You finally got one. All right, buddy, tell me about it.
We got our first pig.
Your first wild pig, right?
We have got
We've gotten several, but this is your first one
that's wild.
that's actual wild. Not high fenced, not wounded.
Not missed. Wild and
Got him, and it's a good size eating sow.
and I dropped him.
Dropped him with a headshot with the 22, right? Buddy, perfect shot. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
That was a good shot, buddy.
I'm so stoked. What?
The stoke is real. All right, buddy, let's go get the gator and pick him up. That's a good one. I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Yeah.
That was a long time coming. We put in some work for that guy, didn't we? Or girl.
All the misses, the scareways.
Yep, you got her though. Good job. Come on, let's go get the gator so we can grab her. All right, let's go get your pig, buddy.
And
Got the light bar going. All right, time to get your pig.
I'm sorry if the video's bad.
It'll be fine.
You remember that one time I took video?
Ready?
Yeah? Big old sow.
Roll sow, right?
Big old sowie.
Buddy, that was the perfect pig to shoot. All right, let's get back to the truck. We got him in the gator, right?
Yeah?
Let's head back. Come on, you're driving. Let's go.
Miss Terry's gonna come when we come back.
Yep.
Nice lady.
All right, buddy. Grab his back legs. Yep, back legs. And you're gonna have to drag, spin him around. No, go the other way. Spin. Pull him, and you're gonna have to drag him up on the truck. She's big. You'll be strong. Pull him. Pull her. All the way back. All the way. A little more. Okay, that's good enough. Bubba.
Woo!
Good pig. Proud of you, buddy.
Yeah.
Perfect shot. Perfect, right behind the ear. Dropped her.
I was about him, maybe a bull, maybe.
No, the big sows are the ones you want. They're the good eating ones, buddy. Big old fat sows.
It's a big pig, man. That's
Drop the
a pretty
tailgate, buddy.
shot.
JD, drop the tailgate.
Which one?
The bottom button.
See it, buddy.
Wow.
Hey, Skylar.
Oh, it's a big fat one.
Big old fat
It's a
one.
good looking pig.
You can be a big pig too.
She could have
Boy.
been. Perfect shot right
Yeah.
behind the ear. That's a
Or in front
gorgeous
of you.
pig.
All right, guys. So I got the hog all broken down, skinned it out, quartered it up. I'd love to show you guys that, but YouTube won't let me do that. So last night we ended up cooking one of the hog hams, and we slow roasted it in a crock pot. If you want to see how to do that, we've done another one in the past. You can go, I'll put the link down in the description. You guys can check that out. Today, my wife Jen is going to be making Cuban sandwiches. So she's got everything prepped here. We got some nice Cuban buns and mayonnaise and some good butter. That's the hog. We ate it last night with some rice and black beans, right? And so, all right, take it away.
Sandwich maker.
Sandwich maker extraordinaire.
All right, so typically I buy the larger Cuban loaves from Publix, but they did meet my standard today, so I ended up going with the Cuban hoagies. So we'll see how that goes. I usually do a smoked ham. I like the Tavern ham from Boar's Head. Traditionally, it's with a provolone or a Swiss for the cheese, but I don't particularly love either one of them, so we tend to do Havarti. We've also done Chipotle Gouda if you like a little spice, and those are pretty good too. This is like a Cuban roast pork, which again we did last night. And then this is actually a mixture of mayonnaise and mustard. You kind of want to go...
Know that.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you kind of got to do the
Explains
mixture.
the off color.
It does. You kind of want a pale yellow color. That's something that the kids don't particularly like, so theirs are in the panini press already. And then I'm the only person that really enjoys pickles. I'm gonna leave that, but you know what I'm thinking. But generally, Cubans typically have pickles on them, at least the ones that I've ever made. So you'll cut them lengthwise. I go in kind of heavy on both sides, so that way you get a nice coverage. Now I've also seen Cubans that add hard salami into this as well, which you could certainly do. And I've also seen capicola ham, if somebody wanted to do that as well. The key to these is to not overwhelm them so much with the meat that they don't melt right and get that really nice sort of crispy top. I usually do between 4 and 5 slices of the boar's head. And then I go in with the meat. Now this meat also has some onion in it as well, some longer pieces. So if I get some of those, I'll let you know. But we basically added the meat and all of the braising liquid and the leftover onion. You can see a piece there. The leftover onion all together into the Tupperware so it kind of sits and gets nice and ooey and gooey. There we go. And then don't skimp out on the cheese or you're going to be unhappy with them.
No such thing as too much cheese.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there probably is, but
Nope.
not in this house. All right, so now that you guys have made your sandwiches, we've got our meat and cheese and everything, pickles for those that like them. I have a garlic butter here. Slather it down on one side. Put it down. And you'll repeat that for all your sandwiches. I can fit about 3 on my panini press. So do whatever your press lets you do here.
Nice and buttery.
Mm-hmm.
And garlicky.
Mm-hmm. I actually added a little bit more garlic to it.
I can see that.
Whatever. Didn't you just say that there's no such thing as too much garlic? Okay.
I'm not complaining.
Now the thing with the Cuban, and these two are done over here.
These are the kids.
These
with
are the
no
kids.
mustard.
You want to hear that. You want a nice crunchy Cuban that's got a good sound to it.
All right, now we play the waiting game. All right, go ahead, baby.
There we go. And I don't know what it is about Cubans, but you got to do them on the long cut. That's apparently a thing.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, buddy, go ahead. This is your first wild hog you shot, right? Let's see
Yeah.
what you think. Mom's famous Cuban sandwiches. Good?
Good for a wild hog.
Good for a wild hog?
It's good. Honestly, it's good for any pork. I don't think you'd be able to tell the difference cooked
Yeah.
this way.
Let's see. Take a look at that thing. It looks good. All right, appreciate you guys watching this one. This was an important one to me because little JD got his first hog, and we put in some work for this one, right, buddy?
Yeah, for about a year and a half.
About a year and a half we worked on this one. So I appreciate you all watching it, especially if you made it this far. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm gonna eat this dinner because I'm starving.
Bye.
Bye.
Subscribe down below if you like this video, and also hit the like.
I knew you were gonna say that.